Next one is boundaries.
Boundaries,
Yes.
like emotional boundaries, like, dude, you crossed the line. Nah, boundaries in relation to properties, right? Yeah.
Of course.
Finding boundaries on the property you're building on. We'll let you sort out the other boundaries later on. Knowing what you're building sits within your property boundary is crucial. You're going to spend thousands of dollars and hundreds of hours. You want to make sure it's in the right place. I get it, it's super hard. And first up, top tip, you cannot rely on a fence. There's a difference between a legal boundary and a fence. And trust me, I've had so many sites where the fence is anywhere from 1 to 2 meters off the legal boundary and has happily been there for the last 50 years. But as suburbs gets tighter and tighter, understanding where the boundary is and understanding what you're building in relation to that is super important. Depending what you're building, there's also a bunch of rules about how far away from the boundary it can be. And the closer to the boundary you are, the more you have to worry about height restrictions. Imagine that every property has like a tent over it called a sunlight plane, and what you're building needs to sit inside that tent. And the whole idea of that is that you're not unnecessarily imposing your neighbor. And I think that's a good point to start with. Boundaries are all about respecting your neighbor and your community and your environment. Just because something is inside the boundary doesn't mean that you can do it with no regard for anyone else around you. I think the first thing you got to do is work out exactly where the boundaries are. And so the two most common things are white survey pegs or these boundary discs. These boundary markers get put in when that section first gets chopped up. But then so many things come and go, and they get buried, they get moved, they get taken out.
It's not a peg, but it's a white bit of wood.
You found it! Go on a bit of a treasure hunt where you're building, or where you live even, and see if you can work out where the existing boundaries are. Top tip, Google Maps is actually reasonably accurate within a meter. You can't rely on it to build. I would not do that. When you're moving, it'll show you where you're facing, and you can kind of like it's a little bit like orienteering. You can like walk around and find the boundary. Like at a high level, that's what a surveyor does. They just have way more skills and way more fancy equipment to do it and get it way more accurate. Get your starting point. Like I think there should be a marker over there, and then clear those areas and start working that out. Have a crack at it. The other thing is cross-reference information. Don't just rely on Google. Look at your council website. Here in Upper Hutt, we've got a website called Explorer, and you can log in and you push a button and it shows you where all the legal boundaries are. And then if you zoom in, you can actually see where your fences and buildings are in relation to that. Those websites even have a measurement tool so you can measure existing things such as dwellings in relation to the boundary. I like to use at least 2 references, 2 sources of truth to give myself confidence that I know where the boundary is. Your job is not to create the boundary. Your job is to know where the boundary is and to be confident about that. And also to remember that if you have gone through all the steps we've talked about and you're still not sure, it's totally acceptable to stand back and say, hey, I would like the boundary marked out by a professional before we move on. It's one of those things you always double, triple check.